Hello, today we're going to talk about the Bendix air disc brake pad and rotor wear gauge tool. We'll show you how it operates and how to use it for your on-vehicle inspections. Depending on the make and model of this vehicle being serviced, this inspection can be done with the wheels on or wheels off. This tool and inspection procedure are designed for Bendix branded pads, rotors, and calipers only. The part number for this tool is K109114. The original version, which shows percentage of life, is still in the field. You can continue to use this gauge. This video will describe how to use the new gauge now available, which has measurements of metric millimeters on one side and imperial 30 seconds on the other side. Before beginning this procedure, please be sure to follow your shop's safety guidelines. The rotor thickness must be measured first to ensure an accurate pad measurement. Note, if the vehicle is equipped with a rotor dust shield, you may need to remove the shield to gain access to a measurement point on the rotor. Choose a visible spot on the rotor's edge. To measure the rotor, the first thing you have to do is to make sure that the thumb screws are loose and the slide can move freely. Once you have the thumb screws loosened up, run the tool between the wheel and the rotor. Rotate the tool and the sliding jaw around the rotor and adjust the slide tight against the rotor on both of the braking surfaces. Now you can lock down the thumb screws and slide the tool off the rotor. The rotor may have a built-up edge of corrosion and debris from normal use. This may prevent you from sliding the tool off the rotor. The improved Bendix pad and rotor tool design includes reliefs in the sliding jaw. This relief allows the tool to measure the rotor without being affected by any built-up corrosion at the very edge of the rotor. If the corrosion ring prevents you from sliding the tool off the rotor, you should do the following. First, take note of the rotor measurement on the scale. Second, loosen the thumb screws and remove the tool from the rotor. Third, look to the rotor scale and reset the tool to the proper measurement. And finally, fourth, lock the thumb screws back down to lock the tool in the proper rotor measurement. At this point, you can read the rotor thickness on the rotor scale. A new rotor will read 45 millimeters thick, as seen here. A fully worn rotor will read 37 millimeters. If your scale reads 37 millimeters or less, it's time to replace the rotor. Once you measure the rotor thickness and lock the tool, you can now measure your pad thickness. For ease of visibility in this video, we added white paint to mark the backing plate on the inboard side of the brake pad. Please note, this area must be measured on the flat mounting area of the pad backing plate, not the raised part of the backing plate at the corners. This is where your tool will contact the pad to make the pad measurement. We also marked the back side of the caliper, just under the plastic cover. This is the second point of contact where the slider will come in contact with the caliper. You will use the smaller side on the tool to make this measurement. Please note that depending on the brake you are inspecting, the contact points flip between the A and B brakes, which correspond to the left and right side of the vehicle. A good reference point is to locate the fixed pin, which protrudes outward more than the other side of the caliper. Your contact point is nearest the fixed pin side of the caliper. Step 1. Insert the long edge of the tool in between the caliper and torque plate until it makes contact with the backing plate on the inboard pad, which was painted white for this demonstration, ensuring that the tool is contacting the large surface area of the brake pad backing plate, but not the raised portion of the backing plate corner. Step 2. Align the tool until the slider can make clean contact with the machine surface of the caliper. This may take a few attempts to get a clean contact point on both surfaces. Step 3. Once you've done that, clamp your fingers on the top gauge to prevent it from moving and pull the tool out. Step 4. Now you can read the remaining pad thickness. Note that the Department of Transportation requires that pads be replaced before the friction is completely worn to avoid damage to the brake and maintain vehicle safety. The DOT limit is 3.2 millimeters. If your pad's measurement is approaching 3.2 millimeters, it's time for replacement. Bendix recommends that if the tool shows 4 millimeters or less, or 5/32 or less, a wheels-off inspection should be completed using your shop's approved method for measurement. We hope this video was helpful in demonstrating how to use the new and improved gauge. Again, the part number is K109114. You can order this tool on b2bendix.com or from your distributor. Bendix does offer on-vehicle wear sensing technology called iSense and iSense Pro. See bendix.com for more details. If you have questions, call 1-800-AIR-BRAKE to speak with our technical team. For detailed air disc brake questions, refer to the Bendix Air Disc Brake Service Data Sheet. The document number is SD237541. You can also reference the document S1640 for written instructions on using the new gauge. Both documents are available on the document library on b2bendix.com.